Hi, and welcome back to my stories on how I started a food business. The title for this episode is Tableware and Table Setting. Tableware simply means items used for food service. And there are three types. You have the silverware, which refers to cutlery. You have the crockery, which means the just simply china plates, and then you have glasses for the drink. Table setting, on the other hand, means the arrangement of these items onto food tables at dining parties. There is the first thing to do before setting these items onto the tables, which is tablecloth, table linens. Table linens are tablecloths and also napkins for the guests. There are different types and different sizes, different colors of tablecloth, but in the catering industry, the most commonly used are white and black color. Our beautiful foods, we use white mainly. The first challenge for caterers is the different sizes of tables that you find at function venues. For instance, you might have a function at a venue that supply you with rectangle tables, and then down the line you have another function and the table that will be available for use will be round tables. So to get around this challenge, what we do at Beautiful Foods is just to use 90 by 90 inches plain satin white tablecloth. If you buy in 90 by 90, is able to cover both round tables and square and rectangle tables. To use it on rectangle tables, you just need to fold it into two, and then you are good to go. The other option for you as caterers is to hire table linens from hire companies. But if you are doing this, you have to take into consideration the cost of hire and the cost of cleaning of this tablecloth into your pricing. The other thing to know is the folding of the table, the napkins. Napkins usually are just, rectangle table or linens. And to make it simple, you can just fold it into triangles like that, into from one triangle to one triangle, and place it onto plates, or if you are doing buffet, onto the table at the parties. This is simple to do, or you can just roll it up, just fold it into rectangles and keep folding until you have a little rectangle fold. This can decoratively be used at parties with maybe a napkin ring or a ribbon to make it look nicer. My advice to you is to fold your napkins ready before the event. Keep it somewhere safe, maybe in a storage box or bag, so that when you get to the function, all your staff will need to do is lay out those napkins. The tablecloth that we use is cotton or silk material. We normally just stick to the basic ones for the catering industry. You can also have things like overlay, that if you need to decorate and make the venue look nicer. The other thing as well is the chairs. Some clients would expect you to cover the chairs, but if you are not into decoration, you can negotiate with them to use a professional decorator to come in and take care of the laying out of the tables and also the covering of the chairs. Because if you are in the kitchen, you are cooking, at the same time you need to be at the hall decorating, you might find out that you are unable to cope, or you don't have sufficient staff to achieve the job for the day. So what we do at Beautiful Foods is to work with other event planners and decorators, so that when we focus on the cooking and the catering, they get things ready for us, but we still have basic tablecloths, napkins, just in case we have to do these things in-house. I will be moving on now to the tablewares. how to set tablewares, what tablewares are available. The thing to know about silverware is that you can't buy them all. There are just too many silverwares. You have table fork, table knife, tablespoons, dessert fork, dessert knife, dessert spoons, you have fish fork, you have oyster fork, you have soup spoons, you have butter knives, you have snail fork, you have teaspoons. Just too many silverware. So it's best to just keep things simple. To be able to know what to take to a party, check your menu and see what items you are supplying at the party. The basic ones that we keep in Beautiful Foods are just the table knives, the dessert knife, dessert forks, and the starter forks and the dinner fork. We also have the soup spoons and the dessert spoons for fruit salad and things like that. So the question now that people normally ask is, how do you arrange this onto the table? Well, the etiquette rule to follow is to place the knives, the dinner knives, onto the right hand, because when the guests are eating, the knife will be in the right hand. So you place it on the right hand like that, and then the fork, usually when you are eating, is on your left hand. So you place it on the left. If you are serving maybe 3 items, for instance, like a starter, a main course, and a dessert, the smaller ones will be on the outer side, so that when the guests want to eat, they would approach the cutlery from the one farthest away from their plate. So you have the small knives outside of the big knives, so that when they come in and they're having starter and require them to use the fork and the knife, they start from the one farthest away from them, and then you walk inwards to the biggest one, which will now be your main dish cutlery. Usually the dessert spoons are at the top of the table, at the top of the plate, and the soup also is at the top. So the first one you use will be the one further away from you. That will be the soup spoon. Usually there are rules to how to approach these things, but just for easy, just to be able to do it easily, just think about walking from the one farthest away inwards. So having said that, the next thing will be the plate. If you are doing the service that is plated, the plate will not be in the middle of the table setting, because it will be in the kitchen for the chef to plate the food in, so that when the guests sit down, all they would have will be the cutlery, the glasses, and the napkins. So the plate would only be in the center of the table if you are doing silver service. Silver service means the guests are seated, your staff come in with a platter of food, and they now serve onto their plate whilst they are seated. This is the only time that you have plates set already onto the dining table. If you are doing buffet service, the plate will be at the buffet point. The other thing to know when doing buffet as well is that you must know the number of guests and make sure that you plan it in such a way that the buffet points are not overcrowded. So for instance, if you have 200 guests, it's common practice to have 2 points, so that 100 guests will be attended to at one buffet point each. This will make the time management of your food service go smoother. There are other china that you might need. For instance, the small plates, these are used for butter. So you can use this for butter. You have the bowls, you can use the bowls for the desserts, maybe things like fruit salad or cheesecake. And then you can also use this 8-inch plate for other kind of dessert that you might want to serve. So at Beautiful Foods, we carry just a range of plates, the dinner plates, dessert plates, bowls, and the butter plates. Also, when you're doing table setting, you would have to know about glasses. And there are different glasses, but in Beautiful Foods, we stick to 3 types: the wine glass, which is the wide mouth one. You have the flute. This one you use for your wine, and the flute you use for sparkling wine like champagne. Also, you have the cups. This usually we use for things like juice and water. And to arrange them, you put them nicely on above the knives, because when the guests want to have a drink, usually most people are right-handed, so they approach their drinks from the right. So the first one will be the juice, the next one will be the wine, and then you have the fruit for the toast and the champagne later on at the event. So this is how we do things at Beautiful Foods. There's more to table setting, and I suggest you either buy a book on food service or learn from other videos that specifically focus on this, or just visit hotels and restaurants and see how things are done. The other thing that you have to know about food service and table setting is the storage and the cleaning of these utensils. The cleaning of knives and glasses are very, very difficult, because once you wash them, you will still be left with lime scale. So what should be done is to have them polished. And once you first start out in business, you might not have machines to do this, like a glass washer for your glasses or the branding machine for polishing knives. I remember when we first started, we struggled a lot in the area of glasses and cutlery having lime scale, because the area we were then, the water was it's hard water, and it had so much lime scale, so that every time we finish washing, within hours of it drying up, it would look as if it was never washed. The lime scale would just show up. And because we didn't have the machines to polish them, or the labor in-house to do because you can actually manually polish them by using steam from hot water with a cleaning linen to scrub them to make sure the lime scale are removed to the extent that you can now have a shiny cutlery. So when you first start out, this is an area to watch out for. We struggled a lot in that area of lime scale on our cutlery and glasses. And at parties, you can have people complain if they think it is dirty, even though it's not dirty, it's just the lime scale that have shown up on it. So to keep your glasses clean, if you are able to buy the machines, the glasses, if you are glass washers, if you are not able to, maybe a few days before the event, you can get a bowl of hot water and ask a staff to shine those cutlery and glasses to make sure that you can actually see through them and there are not any lime scale remaining on them. The other thing to also know is the storage. The storage of glasses, you can buy glass jacks from the internet shops to store up your glasses. The thing to know about that is that they come in different sizes. So the height also, when we started out, we bought some and we were not able to put in the flute because the height was too high. So you need to check the height of the glass storage jars that you buy to be able to store things properly. The knives and the cutleries, you can put those ones in storage boxes, and the plates as well, you can use wood or plastic storage boxes to store them. Make sure that you store them tight, because when you move food and equipment from from your kitchen to venues, you have them moving about in the van, and a lot of the time you come back with breakages. So be careful how you transport things and pay attention to transportation. If you are not able to buy this thing, maybe you are just started out, don't worry, don't panic. If you get the job, take the job. Just check online to see hire companies out there that are able to hire you these items. I would think I've covered most of the points on table setting and tableware. Hope to see you again next time. Thank you and bye-bye.